My name is Chad Conway, and I'm an undergraduate student here on campus, majoring in marketing and philosophy. So last year, I took a class on the philosophy of sex and gender, during which I wrote a paper on the ethics of abortion. Now, when I first agreed to this talk, I had planned on discussing that paper, but the paper ended up being really long and I couldn't fit it all into the time slot. So I have slightly changed my topic, and here's why. There are many people who already defend the rights of unborn humans, and there are many people who already defend the rights of pregnant humans. But these two sides have been defended before, and this strategy of defending one side while attacking the other has, as of yet, not led to a satisfactory conclusion. So instead, I will try to take a new position. Rather than spending my time here today on the ineffective strategy of defending the rights of unborn humans or defending the rights of pregnant humans, I will instead defend the rights of human reason. Now, this is what I mean by this. Defending the rights of human reason means ensuring compatibility between various beliefs. Or in other words, this means that an individual violates the rights of human reason when that individual holds beliefs which are incompatible with one another. For instance, can someone claim to be a pacifist if he violently goes around indiscriminately killing innocent people? Being both a pacifist and a violent killer is incompatible, and claiming to adhere to both of these beliefs violates the rights of human reason. So today I will not defend the rights of unborn humans, nor will I defend the rights of pregnant humans. Instead, I will defend the rights of human reason, and I will do this by showing how we can come to accept incompatible beliefs without even realizing it. As a result, I hope to shed some much-needed light on the abortion debate. So, what is the unborn? Well, according to science, the unborn meet the criteria of all living beings. They are made of cells, they contain DNA, and they develop over time. But the next question, are they human? And again, according to science, the unborn are human because they consist of cells containing human DNA. So we can conclude that the unborn consist of living human cells. We can also conclude that abortion destroys living human cells. However, interestingly enough, human teeth, for instance, also consist of living human cells. So the question is, does that make this abortion? To clarify this, we need to develop some criteria by which to define abortion. And this, of course, brings us to the big dilemma. How do we define abortion? So pro-abortionists have created one set of criteria, and they use their criteria to define abortion as being little more than a medical procedure used to extract unwanted human cells. Pro-life, on the other hand, has created a very different set of criteria. They use this criteria to define abortion as being equivalent to murder. Both sides are using different criteria. Or in other words, both sides are using different definitions for the same word. And this makes it impossible for us to reach a satisfactory solution. Now, I'm not here to defend one side's definition as being superior than the other. I will agree with you, regardless as to which side you happen to belong. But I am here to defend the rights of human reason. As a result, I will argue that if you side with pro-abortion, you must also accept the consequences of pro-abortion beliefs. If you side with pro-life, you must also accept the consequences of pro-life beliefs, regardless as to where those beliefs may lead. Now, to me, that seems reasonable. So, what are the consequences for adhering to a pro-life belief, and what are the consequences for adhering to a pro-abortion belief? To understand this, we will look at three things: the criteria pro-abortionists use to define abortion, how that criteria defines abortion as a medical procedure rather than murder. Then we will analyze the consequences of that criteria. And now for the criteria. First, they claim the fetus currently lacks and has never possessed sentience. Secondly, it currently lacks and has never possessed consciousness. And finally, it currently lacks and has never possessed personhood. So let's define those terms. Sentience is the ability to feel pain and pleasure. Consciousness consists of an ability to understand one's surroundings. It includes self-awareness. Personhood is being a member of a social community. So here again are the criteria. It certainly seems reasonable to apply these criteria to unborn humans, at least during the early stages of embryo's development. Now, interestingly enough, you will notice what else lacks and has never possessed any of these criteria. Our friendly tooth. He has never possessed sentience, consciousness, nor personhood, even though he is also made of living human cells. And as a result, the pro-abortionist argument that abortion is merely a medical procedure, similar to tooth extraction, well, it certainly seems reasonable, at least to me. But what about the consequences of that belief? Are these consequences just as reasonable as the belief itself? Well, you'll be the judge of that one. At this point, I should give a short warning. The consequences are a little bit extreme, so viewer discretion is advised. The example I will explain next is more than a little peculiar. Some might describe it with the words creepy, others might use the words disgusting. However, it is important to understand that what you are about to hear is certainly scientifically possible, and even plausible given the current legal nature of abortion. So, rape farms. Now, the concept behind rape farms is quite simple. We plant humans, drug them, grow them, and then use them to earn a substantial profit. And we do it all legally. And here's how. Step 1, we plant living human embryos into surrogate mothers as if we were planting a field. Step 2, before these embryos attain sentience, consciousness, or personhood, we drug them with anesthesia to prevent them from ever attaining sentience, consciousness, or personhood. Step 3, these unconscious humans are then born and allowed to grow into adulthood under anesthetic. In this way, rape farms are simply a place where adult humans have been kept non-sentient, unconscious, and without personhood for the duration of their entire life. Now here's where things get interesting. We animate them. We have the technology to hook electrical equipment to the muscle tissues of humans, allowing us to animate even paralyzed muscle systems, as is being done on this paralyzed man. He uses the system to walk, even though he's paralyzed from the waist down. We will do the same thing to the unconscious humans that are currently growing on our rape farms. We will animate their bodies. This will give their bodies a lifelike feel. Then conscious humans can pay money for the opportunity to engage in sexual congress with these animatronic humans. And we can do much more to them than just rape them. We can make them open their eyes, make them talk, dance, sing. They can work for us. We can program it all with a computer. In essence, they would become our human slaves, and they would never complain unless we program them to. Once they have been animated, we can do anything we want with them. We can kill them for fun. We can throw them into an arena and have them fight to the death with gladiator swords. We can perform scientific research upon them. The benefits are pretty much limitless. For instance, have you ever had that boyfriend? You probably know the one that never says those nice things to you that you like. Well, with our animated humans, you can program him to do and say exactly what you want him to. Or some of you may have been highly attracted to some celebrity and you thought, gosh, he is just out of my league. Well, not anymore. We can take DNA from living celebrities, inject it into fertilized zygotes, grow new bodies that are identical to your favorite celebrity, and then we can animate them all with a computer. That's right. They can all be yours. Act now while supplies last. Rape farms, the place where all your dreams can come true. Cha-ching. Now, at this point, some of you might be feeling a little uneasy about the idea of rape farms. Others may be shocked, horrified, or you may even feel a little angry. However, if you find abortion to be morally acceptable and yet you feel that rape farms are somehow deplorable, then you need to ask yourself why. Considering that both abortion and rape farms are justified using the exact same argument and the exact same criteria. Namely, both are justified by appealing to the subject's lack of sentience, lack of consciousness, and lack of personhood. And since these reasoned criteria are identical in both cases, then why aren't your reasoned beliefs about abortion and rape farms also identical? Once again, I'm not here to defend abortion, nor am I here to defend the pro-life position. Rather, I'm here to defend human reason. And human reason dictates that beliefs have consequences. If you use these criteria to support abortion as being both acceptable and justifiable, then human reason dictates that you must also accept rate farms as being equally acceptable and equally justifiable. Beliefs have consequences, and human reason demands that we must accept those consequences, or else we must change our beliefs. So today I came here to defend the rights of human reason, and I hope I have done so.